How to change negative thoughts, to meditate or not to meditate? That is a good question, don't you think?
I think it's a fantastic question.
Manifestation Mojo, to live the life of your dreams.
Now, that is a good question.
Well, how do you change negative thoughts? You know, uh, do you remember the Shakespeare play of Hamlet where he says to be or not to be? He is having a debate within himself of whether he should live or die. At least that's my interpretation of Shakespeare's play. So, do you think that meditate or not to meditate? What? How could you change your negative thoughts?
Well, my son Andre has negative thoughts. Most recently, we were on vacation, as you know, and we get home and he's sad. And I know that he's missing the place because when we were there, when I told him it was his last day, he started to get emotional and crying and so forth. He's home here. I ask him, hey, what's going on? And he's like, I'm sad because I want to go back on vacation.
So, what do you think? Is he able to meditate, or what do you think? Is he able to actually do that, like what we would advise Hamlet to do?
No, I don't think well, on his own, absolutely not. He doesn't know how to meditate or do any of that. He's just thinking of his feelings right now, of what he misses. That's what's on his mind.
So, how do you get him to change? Because do you really like to see him sad?
No, I don't want to see him sad. How can we make him change?
Well, what do you think we should do? Because do you actually want to show him how to meditate and stuff like that?
I'd love to show him how to meditate, but being a young child as he is, I don't think he can't handle it. He won't mentally, probably just can't conceive that. But I think because we could probably give him some small pieces to start small on the meditation process and probably build on that over time.
Well, does Andre ever daydream or just go out and play and stuff like that?
Oh, I'm sure he does.
So if he can daydream or play and stuff, uh, does that mean that he could be let's say, have this positive experience of, and then change his thoughts from being sad to this new dream of having some fun?
That'd be fantastic to take him from a point of sadness or, being, let's just say, thinking negatively about bad, oh, I miss it and all those emotions, to change that to positive and teaching some meditation at the same time. He would probably be, because we love manifestations, Dan. That would be the first step for him to actually learn meditation and manifest the next vacation.
To manifest the next vacation, that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? So you actually think that he could bring that dream into reality?
Well, I'm gonna say yes and no. I think that yes, he could probably bring that to reality somehow. But me being the adult, I'm the one that's choosing where to go on vacation. But I can help him with that.
Yeah.
I can certainly help him with that.
So you could give him some guidance, like in a guided meditation.
Yeah, like I could start talking to him, in order to get him to change his thoughts from this negativity to something positive and to meditate somewhat. I could talk to him and, remind him about all the fun that we had, that we would have that much fun and more on our next vacation, and have him, close his eyes and remember the sounds of the ocean waves crashing, the new friends that he was playing with, the seagulls. We just happened to be reading Curious George for the past month on Goes to the Beach, and the seagulls are stealing the food. And Andre got firsthand experience seeing the real seagulls going and attacking somebody's lunch, their French
Wow.
fries and their hamburger and their chicken nuggets, a swarm of them, and they were mean and taking all the stuff away. So, all those things were a good, those are memories. And when I talked to Andre about that, see, this is the Curious George book, he remembers that. And, reminding him about all those things, those are good experience that he's thinking about. And then we need to put those into the present feelings and the future manifestation.
Just a second. When you say to have him bring it into the present, do you think that how are you going to do that? I mean, to have him bring his thoughts in from the past into the present, so it changes his negative thoughts. How?
Well, I would have him, close his eyes. I think it's a little bit much to, with the hands up and all that, but why not, and have him, ask him to, inhale a big breath through the nose and out through the mouth. Do that a couple times, because thinking of that breath is like a mindfulness exercise. And then again, refreshing his memory on the great experiences we had there on the beach, and he'll put himself in that moment.
So
more than likely, he'll forget about the sadness.
More than likely. So in other words, what was your reference? What book are you reading again?
Curious George.
Curious George, so if you mentioned that with his eyes closed and a deep breath, and would that ever make him smile?
Oh, I think it would, because it was a storybook that came true in real life.
And so he saw it there on the beach, and going back and saying, hey, and if with your guidance you could possibly say, we might manifest this in the future if we work together and think about it.
Yes, absolutely.
So in this, would you say that in going through playing and daydreaming that we had him meditate or to not meditate?
Well, this was the first start of meditating. So, meditation is the way to go. So yes, meditate.
All right. So what can we offer those people that are looking, and how are they going to offer them the Curious George, or do we have something else that maybe they'd like?
Well, I know that we have an audio series, and we have a mindfulness book. What else have we got, Stan?
Well, we could say, hey, look, why don't you subscribe to our channel, and we'll discuss more stories of how to change negative thoughts.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. So if this resonated with you guys, if you feel that meditation could be a benefit to you of thinking positively rather than negatively,
so where do we point them to? Do we point them to here, or where do we point them?
We need to point over the right shoulder.
Right shoulder. Okay.
Yeah, the right shoulder. That's what we're pointing to.
Okay, so join us, subscribe, and let's
smash the like button.
And let's live the life you would, create the life you want to live.
Fantastic. See you guys next time.
Here is another video we think you will find valuable. Highly recommend you watch it. Go there now to help manifest what you want.